Hey guys, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ozzy.
And this is Bottled and Bond.
Alright guys, welcome back to Bottled and Bond. Today we're headed over to the Speyside region and we are going to try a bottle that I've had personally. Amanda has not, but I've had it over at the Vet Vault. It is a Speyside region and it is coming from Moray, Scotland. And it is the Aultmore 12 year. Alright guys, so this is Aultmore 12 year. Actually is the Aultmore of the Foggy Moss Speyside Single Malt Scotch Whiskey aged for 12 years. It's a long name, but it's the official name of the Aultmore 12 year. This is coming in from where I said from Moray in the Speyside region of Scotland. Alexander Edward is the founder of the Aultmore distillery. He founded it in 1895. Now this has been getting produced and distilled since 1897, only 2 years after the distillery was established. This specific whiskey is aged for a total of 12 years in ex-oak bourbon casks. To my knowledge, John Dewar's sons from Dewar's Whiskey are the ones that own the distillery or the whiskey or the product or however you want to call it. And also higher than them is Bacardi, who actually owns the company. As I stated, this is a whiskey that I've had before, and when I did have it over at the Vet Vault, it almost seemed like it was a very easy, simple, sweet, light bodied whiskey for somebody who is a American whiskey fanatic or a bourbon fanatic that wants to transition over to Scotch. Almost reminded me of the Glenmorangie, the original. So nonetheless guys, let's open this baby up. Why do you have to make noises?
Very light. The first one that I'm picking up is definitely the butterscotch.
Butterscotch, yes. I do pick up butterscotch. I picked up butterscotch the first time and now.
It's very sweet.
Very sweet, yes. I do pick up a little bit of citrusy. It's hard to find, but I do pick up the citrusy note.
Vanilla?
It's there. So the fact that it's aged for 12 years in ex-bourbon casks, you do pick up just a couple. I don't pick up caramel. I do pick up honey and vanilla, like an herbal, like the original natural vanilla. You know, not like a vanilla extract. And you still pick up the toasty, the woody, kind of minty. Yeah, in a sense. I want to say that tends it's more like to be towards like a cinnamon though.
Froshy.
Yes.
Fresh, herbal.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of one. Like maybe more spearmint.
Spearmint. Okay. I do like the notes of this on the nose. It's, oh man, and it has so many notes on the nose that. And like she said, it's refreshing notes. It's not something. It's coming in at 46 alcohol by volume, 46%, which technically would make it what 92 proof. So it's not an 80-40, but it's not strong. It doesn't have those dense notes like a typical high proof bourbon would. It's very light. The color is very light. It almost looks like a peated Scotch, although it is not. Cheers. So on the palate, it's light. It's a light bodied whiskey, but you don't pick up as much of what you're picking up on the notes. It's still good. It's still a good whiskey, still a good Scotch. You do pick up a little bit of the honey that we were talking about earlier. Maybe a little bit of the vanilla, but I want to say the citrusy is easier to pick up on the palate than it is to pick up on the nose. What do you think? Spice. Okay, so there it is, right? Subjective palates. Not everybody's going to pick up the same thing, and you also take into consideration the amount, you know, how a palate has progressed or lack thereof for somebody who drinks wine. Alright, so let's go in for another tasting, see what we got. Like I said, citrusy forward. What I like about this whiskey is that, like what?
Peat.
It is not a peated whiskey, believe it or not, and they claim it on their bottle. Not to shame peat, but they want to let you know that although it's, you know, moss and the fog and all this other stuff, they use that product to distill their whiskey, but it is not peated.
Maybe that's why I was getting the what I would say peat flavoring, and I said the barrel.
Okay. So would you call it like a musty? Not really?
Yeah, it is kind of musty.
This is a $50 to $55 bottle. This is something that's not widely known amongst people who like Scotch, but you know, they've heard of the Singleton, they've heard of Glenmorangie, they've heard of Glenfiddich, and they've heard of Glenlivet, and all these major companies, most of them coming from Speyside, but nobody's heard of Aultmore, you know? And it's from Dewar's. They've heard of Dewar's, but they haven't heard from Aultmore. Coming in at $50 roughly, give or take. In my opinion, I think it's good. I think it's a good whiskey. I think it's something that competes with the Singleton 15 year. I want to say this knocks out the park the 12 year Singleton. So where I had the 12 year Singleton bracketed, this has pushed it up and this has taken its place. This has taken Glenfiddich's IPA casks place as well. Because, I don't know, just the lighter notes, the easeability to drink.
I'm getting a citrus now.
Yeah. This is definitely a whiskey that I would recommend somebody who is transitioning from bourbon to Scotch. This one in Glenmorangie, the original. Almost like an apple, crisp pear with a little honeysuckle and citrusy. You do get that charred, that oaky, that gives you the proof that it was aged in bourbon cask for 12 years. Nonetheless, guys, if you guys have had Aultmore, or as they like to say, Aultmore of the Foggy Moss Speyside Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, aged 12 years is the official name. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what whiskeys you think we should be reviewing next here on Bottled and Bomb. I'm Ozzy.
I'm Amanda.
And this is the Aultmore of the Foggy Moss Speyside Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, aged 12 years. From the Speyside region, Moray, Scotland. And this is Bottled and Bomb. Cheers.